This is Healing with Haley, episode 13, Your Wants List. Is it possible that you are the cause of your own suffering? Are you thinking thoughts that are preventing you from getting your life to the next level? My name is Haley Kirk, and I'm a life coach, mom, entrepreneur, and fierce friend, here to show you how to be the hero of your story. Welcome, you guys. Today's podcast is one I am so excited to share. So let's dive in. Let's just go for it. I just had a big, yummy glass of milk. Ugh, it feels so tasty. I always feel so full when I drink milk. And it just makes me want to cuddle and get cozy. So here we go. Let's get comfy and cozy and talk about wants. Here is what's interesting about wants. Wants, where do they come from? I believe wants are a very interesting aspect of humanity. For example, yesterday, I wanted all the sugar possible. I was like, I want ice cream, I want cookies, I want chocolate, I want cake, I want it all. Right? Have you guys ever had this? Am I the only person that's like crazy about sugar? I love me some yummy sugar. Now, do I indulge the cravings? Yes, I do. How often? On the weekends, let's be honest. Weekends are my let's go crazy with sugar day. Monday through Thursday, I'm pretty disciplined. Now, wants, a lot of them come from ego. Ego never ceases to want. And what is interesting about our minds, our egoic minds, is that it is an opportunity for awareness. Eckhart Tolle, I was listening to his podcast, and man, I love what I learned from him. He says, the world is here to make you conscious, not happy. Isn't that amazing? So if we think about it, the world isn't here to make us happy. It's here to make us conscious. So how am I relating that to wants? If I want something, I want to ask myself, okay, why do you want that? Well, okay, I really want that cookie. Okay, well, why? Because look at it. It's just delicious. It has the semi-sweet and then the cracked sea salt, and it's like thick and crusty on the outside and gooey on the inside, and the chocolate chips come in. Okay, but why? Why do you want that? Well, I'm kind of stressed, and it would just feel really good to eat that cookie. Okay, so we're stressed. So we're stress eating. Okay, now that I know that I'm stressed, are there other ways I can handle the stress? Yeah, maybe I could talk to a friend or distract myself with a movie or maybe do some meditating, go for a walk. Okay, interesting, right? So we just want to ask our brain to become aware. Why do I want this? Asking ourselves why is such a great question. It's one of my favorite questions. And another tool I like to use for wants is the 7 layers of why. Why do you want that cookie? Because it's really delicious. Well, why? Well, because, it'll make me feel better. Well, why? Well, because when I eat a cookie, I feel really, it gives me a little bit of a dopamine hit, and it's delicious, and I feel comfy and cozy. Okay, well, why do you want to feel comfy and cozy? Because I'm really stressed right now. Okay, well, why are you really stressed? Well, my life's going through a lot of changes right now. Okay, and it shouldn't? Oh, well, no. It's just interesting, right? So the more we go through the layers of why. We're getting deep and down into the roots. And when you get deep and down into the roots, you're figuring out why you want something. Is it okay to want a cookie? Yes. The thing about it, and this comes from the teachings of Michael Singer in Untethered Soul. He says that our preferences are just, it's fine to have preferences, right? Preferences are great. Don't get rid of them, he says. Get rid of the cause of the preference. Preferences are created by your blockages. So then he says, I don't like what you did. I'm going to stop my joy because of what you did. So you have a preference that they don't do said action. And so then you're going to stop your joy. That's just an example. I want to give a better example. So, isn't it kind of interesting how we all want different things? And some of them are principally similar, right? I think a lot of us have a desire to grow and to progress and to accomplish some, whatever we're defining as success. We want connection, contribution, love. We want meaningful relationships. I think those are pretty common desires. But why? What are we going to make it mean? Now, I'm going to pause this thought for a moment and talk about something I learned in my adolescence, in my youth. I had a bishop tell me this once, and it never left me. And I think it is such wise words of wisdom. So in my religion, the Mormon religion, I had a bishop growing up. And he told me once, he's like, Haley, whatever you want, you can have it. Whatever you want. I want you to write a wants list. And just write everything down that you want. And watch how you will get those things. Just watch. And so in my adolescence, I wanted an electric guitar, and I just thought it was impossible for me to get because I thought it was just so much money that my parents wouldn't be able to get it for me. And so, time goes on, and my dad's like, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm like, I want an electric guitar. And he's like, whoa, okay there. And so he made me a deal. He said, if you get straight A's, Haley, I will buy you an electric guitar. And I was like, oh, okay, Dad, okay. And so I worked really hard. I get my report card. And I just want to cry. It was something like 5 or 6 A's and 1 B+. My heart sank. I was like, no, I worked so hard, and I just couldn't get that A. The full list of A's that my dad made a promise to me. And I just sulked, and I was sad, and I knew I wasn't going to get that guitar. Come Christmas, I opened this big rectangular box, and what's inside? An electric guitar. My dad made up the difference and got me that electric guitar. And that was really special for me, because what did that teach me? That taught me that my best is good enough. It might not be the goal, but I think that's what's so cool about going towards your goals is you might not hit the goal, but man, did you come freaking close, right? So I have found that creating a wants list has been so effective for me. You know, on my fridge right now, I have a wants list. I put a white bench outside my front yard, a kitchen cabinet, a bathroom cabinet, and fruit baskets in my kitchen. Those are things I've just wanted in my front yard, or in my house. And I looked at it the other day and I was like, wow, I wanted all those things. And I wrote them all down, and instead of being impulsive and just getting a credit card and buying them all, I bought them when I was able to. Isn't that amazing? The money came available. I was putting it out into the universe, sending the energy in the quantum realm, as Joe Dispenza says, that this was something I desired. And I want to encourage you guys to do the same. There's something so miraculous about accomplishing our wants. And my friend told me once that she heard the other day, if you were given the desire or want for something, then you've been given the ability to do that thing. I feel that to be so true. I feel that to be so true. And I'm amazed. I'm truly amazed that for whatever reason, it's unknown, but for whatever reason, we have been given dreams, desires, passions, talents, wants. And how beautiful it is for us to work on those things, strive for those things, and then to get them. It's so beautiful. You guys, when I published my podcast, I've probably told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again. It was like the day after I published the podcast. It was like January 1st or 2nd. And I was meditating and manifesting. And I was like, I have been there before. I knew what it would feel like in my body to accomplish that goal because I pictured it, because I allowed myself to be there. I allowed myself into that world, and it made it happen. You guys, I'm a big believer in manifesting, but also in putting that effort and working towards that goal. And there's something about believing that is opening a portal or some kind of something, opening your mind and body to what's possible, to what could really be available to you. It is amazing to me how many times in my life, I have another story actually. In college I had this junker Geo Metro. I bought it for like $450. It was a college card. I literally had to jump that thing every day to get to school. And it was a big reason why I was so late, and all my teachers just constantly talked to me about my tardiness. And one of these days, I saw my friend from church, and she was, trying to jump her car. And I was like, oh, do you need help? I have been in your shoes 1,000,001 times. I can finally give back. And so she was like, yeah, I'm trying to start my car. It's not starting. And I was like, oh, okay, I got tools. And so in my car, I had some metal brushes, and her terminals on her battery had a lot of battery acid. And thanks to my friend Christopher, he taught me all about cars. And so I was prepared, and we used Coke. We sprayed a little Coke on the battery and scrubbed the battery acid from the terminals. Then we connected the jumper cables so that we could jump her car. And she was amazed. She was like, wow, Haley, thank you so much. This is so nice. And then she was like, are you looking for a car? And my friend Lydia was helping me do this whole process. And she was like, Yes, she does. She was like, Haley, yes, take it. I'm so glad she was there. It was so meant to be. She was like my Jiminy Cricket in that moment because I was thinking about all the liability and all the costs, and Lydia also does that, but she was helping me see a valuable opportunity that I was totally blind to. And it was amazing that, I wanted a better car and it was given to me, practically given to me. I just had to pay like a few $100s for registration or something. But it's amazing. It wasn't that right there was just like a gift. It was a gift. And she had kept the car because she had like a little bit of a emotional attachment to it, and she was like, I really think that you're going to take care of this car, and it's been good to me, and I was, I took really care of the car, and it lasted me a long time, and I took it to Vegas, and yeah, it was a lovely car. And so, you guys, if you are needing or wanting something, put it on a wants list and imagine you having it. Believe, practice the game of belief. It is magic to watch and to feel, and then to watch it actually happen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I challenge you guys, create your wants list. List everything that you could ever want. Some of the ones I want is I want an au pair. I would love for someone that I trust and love to watch my son, while I grow my businesses, while I go have fun. I would love, and I want to have more children. So I think that would give me a lot of liberty. I would love to have someone to clean my house every day, like deep clean my house every day. I would love for someone to cook for me every day. I would love for someone to style me and, give me nice clothes. And I would love to go, get a spa every day or every week, and treat my friends to a girls' trip. I think that would just be absolute fun. And I also want to give. I think it'd be so fun to just be in the Chipotle line and give them $100. That would just make my day. You guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys all have a lovely day. I'll see you soon.